First heat this morning, Dale, 2 laps around the track. How did it all go?
Yeah, section 1 is 2 laps, one after the other. Even at the start of the first lap, the course was already quite soft and chopped up. Surprised at how quickly that happened. I guess it's been wet around here and it's quite soft. So, we had to be careful right from the start. We were reminded of Fink that, it can all end so easily, so we weren't taking any risks. And in fact, we say with lovely people out at Alice Springs, and you get a finisher's spike when you finished Fink. So we made up a special one for Glenn here with Fink 23 on it, which is a spike cross. Look, you keep it in your mind. You try not to, but it's inevitable that happens when you're coming back from such a big accident like that. So we were a little bit careful around there, but if you have a look at the times, they were quite consistent, and that's had us in good stead. So far everything's going to plan. We know from that, and I've been able to make some changes in the notes as we went around on those 2 laps for the places that are chewing up, and some sections actually that are faster than last year that we can take flat that we couldn't. So yeah, the shocks and the car setup, everything feels good. So confident moving forward for the weekend.
2 laps down, sitting in 3rd in the side-by-sides and 14th outright provisionally. That's a pretty good start.
Yeah, pretty happy with that. The road's pretty rough, but and it's only going to get worse through the weekend, but we got a couple of good dust-free laps in there. Car went well, we went pretty well. Got a bit stirred up a little bit by Dale for being a bit slow, but look, I think 3rd is about where we should be. That's our normal pace, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Now, obviously the car has had a complete rebuild since Fink, so everything's basically new on it. So how is it all holding together?
Yeah, we didn't feel anything untoward or anything. They've just did a pretty comprehensive nut and bolt check, and there were a couple of things loose. So 2 laps was probably the ideal run for it in its first outing again.
Now you've got another 3 laps this afternoon. What's the strategy going to be?
Yeah, as I said, it's going to get pretty chopped up. Maybe a dust will start and come in, but just the same as what we just did, and keep plugging away and see what happens with the other guys.
Now, obviously that it's been a bit damp and dust isn't an issue, so from a perspective of getting stuck behind people, that's not likely to happen?
No, I think passing, either being passed or us passing people, will be quite achievable this weekend, so there's not really any excuses for being held up by people, I don't think.
And look, the championship's still at stake. You were in the lead of the championship. Obviously Fink put a stop to that, but there's still plenty of races to go.
Yeah, threw that one away at Fink, but look, James is on fire. He always has been. As long as he finishes, he'll probably always win, but it's a pretty tough sport, and it doesn't take much for something to go wrong. So we've just got to keep plugging away and hanging in there and see what happens.
7 left into 6 right, it comes 7 right, opens long, 100.